Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and I want to bring you some first-hand information from someone that just lived in Iran and came to America. That's my uncle. He's a U.S. citizen, and he just traveled here, and he was telling me some crazy stories. That's what's going on in Iran with the sanctions and inflation. Now, inflation is not as bad as what's going on in Venezuela, but before I move any further, before I forget, I want to let you guys know that, hey, don't forget to join my mastermind every Saturday for just $19 a week, basically 76 bucks a month. With that, we meet every Saturday. We talk one-on-one. I help you with your business, no matter if you're a real estate agent, an investor, if you're looking to be a landlord, if you're trying to do fix and flips. I help you with all that stuff. The other thing I want to say before I forget is that I'm having my automation real estate expo on March 23rd and 24th. And if you're a successful investor or if you're a successful entrepreneur and you want to exponentially grow your business or get into the real estate business and find deals, which is create traffic, do the sales, do the follow-up, do the closing, all through automation, then you want to join me March 23rd and 24th, called my Alchemy Stones Automation Funnel. It's a 2-day full course, and I teach you, and then we set up all these systems where you click of a button and the traffic comes, and the automation system does the sales and closing and follow-ups for you, or if it's you doing the digging. Okay, so now let's get into the story. My uncle had just came from living in Iran for about 5 to 6 months, and he told me that the inflation is so high there because of the U.S. sanction that people there are eating meat once every 2 weeks. Again, they're eating meat once every 2 weeks, and now this is the average person, the working class, okay, not the ultra rich, but once every 2 weeks. And I asked them why, or why, how much is the price going up? Because I was wondering. So, but in Iran, the money currency is called toman, where in America is dollars. But just to simplify it, just imagine like if one day you went to the grocery store and to buy a full chicken cost 10 bucks, okay? And then another day you went to the grocery store, that same full chicken now costs $14,000, okay? That's a big difference, right? And so the same thing is happening in Iran. One day people go to buy chicken, a full chicken, it was 10 bucks. Now with inflation, it's 14,000 of toman, not US dollars, but it's the same exact thing. Imagine you went to the store, it was 10 bucks. Another day you went there, it was $10,000. Wouldn't you be like, wow? Now, why is this happening? Well, the same reason it's happening in Venezuela is that, we live in a world where countries trade with each other. Okay, they trade oil, they trade for food, rice, etc. And by us not doing that and not allowing anyone else to trade with a country, then the people can't get their medicines or can't get their chickens or bread or whatever they don't make in-house, and they gotta export it in there. And so what happens is the average person, which is the working class, they're the one that suffers. And the whole strategy is to monetize the money, the dollar, to have a revolution from the inside, because people are tired of enough suffering or suffocation because they can't pay their kids. Like, for example, in Venezuela, people have lost pounds and pounds and pounds throughout the nation because they can't find foods, okay, because it's too much inflation. Now, I'm not agreeing with the government in Iran or Venezuela or anything like that, but I'm just bringing to you guys to attention that you're very blessed to have food that you can afford. Now, yes, in America, inflation, they say is 2 or 3%, whatever it is, per year. Well, in Iran, it's 14%. Right before I looked up, a month. So every month is 14% more and more and more, not a year, which is mind-boggling. Where if you have money in the fiat currency, it doesn't matter if it's toman, if it's pesos, if it's rubies, whatever it is, US dollars, that is all fake, and it can lose its value with just the shift of the wind, which is crazy. And I think that in this next upcoming crash, because we have stock bubbles, we have real estate bubbles, we have so much debt from federal in America, federal, state, corporate, private to people, all the way down to all these different countries, that is going to create a great opportunity for investors to make money. One example is in Iran has created a great opportunity because anyone that sells Bitcoin, they're getting 256% return versus what the price is today. So let's say in Iran, if today you go to Coinbase or Binance, buy cryptocurrencies for, let's say, Bitcoin, and it's like 3,400, in Iran it is $24,000. Okay, so it also creates opportunities, and the reason there's such a big premium up there is because, you know, there's so much inflation and people are all trying to get into it. Okay, and I think that's what's going to happen with Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies. As the crash will happen, people around the world are going to get tired of bankers and, you know, inflation, and they're going to somehow look for things they can get into, something that no one owns, no one controls, like Bitcoin. Okay, no corporation owns it. There's no marketing team behind it, etc. So it's a great opportunity because it's coming, but at the same time, there's a lot of people suffering because of what we do as Americans. We're policing all these different countries when, you know, we have our own problems here that we haven't fixed. Like, what are some of the problems that we have here? Let's think about it. We have Social Security going broke, so they're taxing everyone, but there's nothing in there. Okay, you have, if you look at the prison, we have one of the most amount of people locked up in America, all right, than any other countries. Okay, if you look at homeless, like if you look at California, so many people are homeless. If you look at Portland, etc. If you look at debt, so many people are in debt, not only for the corporations, not from the federal government to the state to the locals to the average person. If you look at amount of money people make, I know a lot of people in my masterminds that have college degrees, smart people that have 1, 2 jobs, because, or even a 3, because they're not making it to pay their bills because inflation constantly. So there's a lot of problems in our own homes that I think we should fix versus trying to, you know, police the world. And, you know, I'm not trying to be political left or right, but I'm thinking, hey, I think that if we have less restrictions and regulations and we focus on how to improve our economy without, you know, injection of a bunch of debt, okay, like today corporations excel not because they have a good product. Like, for example, GMC, Ford, they're not excelling because they have good products. They're just opening new locations, new franchisees, new dealers because of easy money, easy debt that someone prints, the Federal Reserve, while we work for the money. So I think people are gonna wake up to that and the fiat printing system, and that's why Bitcoin is going to shoot up, and that's why you'll see gold is already starting to take off in just the last week or two. So great opportunities coming. At the same time, some people are going to be hurting a lot, and my job is just to bring it to you guys. Why do I think this is a great opportunity as a real estate investor? Because when the bubble busts, there's going to be a lot of properties out there that I'm able just to pick up without going to a bank. No bank, no credit check. Why? Because people have already a loan. They have a loan already, and then now they're motivated because their corporation they work for that was buying those stocks now has to let people go because they have so much debt, and the interest rate starts going up and they can't service that debt, or because they lost their fortunes in their 401s or in their retirements because of businesses closing down, because of bubbles busting. And so there's going to be a wave of motivated sellers, and my job is to go find these people, help them out, not allow them to hurt their credit, and bail them out and enrich myself while helping them out. This is what I call a win-win situation, because I help the seller, because if their house goes to foreclosure, their car insurance, their cell phone, so many things are credit-based that's going to get more expensive. Okay? So I don't allow that, and I allow them to go to the next chapter of their life without, you know, getting really, really beat up. So it's not the best solution. It's what I call their best worst option. It's not the best solution, but it's not their worst option either. Okay, and at the same time, help myself out. Why would I help myself out? Well, when I take over these house payments, the interest rates are going to be ultra low because the Federal Reserve's been printing so much money that the market can take normal interest rates, right? Therefore, if it goes up, it'll bust, and we've seen it right now. That's why the president was calling the Fed, etc. So, ultra low interest rates means massive cash flow. Why? Because the interest rate, the payments are going to be so low that I'm going to be able to get so much massive cash flow. So in this crash that's coming and people are going to be motivated, my job is to, market to them, solve their problem, cherry pick the deals that I want, and solve these people's problems and enrich myself and create massive cash flow, equity, and businesses in this upcoming crash. I believe this is the best time to get in real estate investing. This is just my opinion. It's not financial advice, but this is the best time, not because prices are going up, because that's already has happened now, because prices are going to be crashing down, and it's not a good time to go buy doing fix and flip. Absolutely not. But it's a really good time to use some of the strategies that I teach, where you don't have to go to a bank, where you don't have to have credit. All you got to do is a set of skills, and of course have the mindset and belief system in yourself and your goals, and take the correct action without making excuses. Alright guys, if you like these videos, go ahead and click like, subscribe, and let me know, what do you think? Do you think a crash is coming, or is Mike just crazy, just like my hair? Either way, I want to hear from you. See you guys.